Hey everybody, welcome to your channel CABA Infoventry. This is Brajesh here. My dear friends, if you are selling goods to your customer which is more than rupees 50 lakh in a year, then you are required to collect a tax from your customer called TCS under section 206C 1H of the Income Tax Act. The government objective behind collection of this tax is to widen and deepen the tax net and increase the taxpayer base by collecting the data about the persons who are purchasing the goods of rupees 50 lakh in a year, and government intends to check whether they are filing their income tax return or not, and also whether they are paying due income tax as well. Many a times various persons used to make the purchases from one supplier in excess of rupees 50 lakh in a year but do not file their income tax return, thinking that income tax department cannot track them and accordingly do not pay the due income tax. The collection of tax at source on sale of goods by the seller from the buyer of the goods shall provide the necessary information to income tax department about the purchases made by a person in a year, and then income tax department will ask that person to file its income tax return if he is not filing the same. Keep watching this video till end to take the full benefit on this issue. The Finance Act 2020 introduced a new section 206C 1H in the Income Tax Act for collection of tax at source, that is commonly known as TCS on sale of goods. The said provision is applicable from 1st October 2020. Now, the question will be coming to the mind of most of the persons that what is TCS, because some of you may be knowing TDS but not TCS. My dear friends, TCS stands for tax collected at source in contrast to TDS, that is tax deducted at source, and there are provisions under Income Tax Act for collecting tax at source on certain transactions. Now you will ask that on whom this provision shall be applicable. This provision shall be applicable to all the sellers who are selling goods. Seller means a person whose total sales, turnover or gross receipts from the business carried on by him exceeds rupees 10 crore during the financial year immediately preceding financial year. Accordingly, all the sellers having sales, turnover, gross receipts from their business exceeding rupees 10 crore in the financial year 2019-20 will be required to collect TCS in the financial year 2020-21. Hence, if any person has turnover less than rupees 10 crore during the immediately preceding year, that is in financial year 2019-20, then these provisions are not applicable to him. It means the applicability of the provision will have to be checked every year by the person doing business whether he is covered under this provision or not in a particular year. However, a question may be coming to your mind that how the turnover limit of rupees 10 crore shall be computed for a taxpayer in the first year of its incorporation or business. Since the turnover of newly incorporated or started business of a taxpayer would be nil in the preceding year, then TCS provisions may not apply in the year of incorporation or the year in which business is first started. This provision is applicable on sale of all goods except the export of goods and goods already covered under other provisions of the TCS. It means that if you export the goods, then you are not required to collect the TCS on the value of exported goods. Also, if the buyer of the goods is already covered under the other provisions of TCS and TCS has already been collected under those other provisions of the Income Tax Act on sale of those goods, then there is no need to collect the TCS under this provision. For instance, TCS is already collected under income tax on the sale of alcoholic liquor for human consumption, or on sale of scrap, or on sale of minerals like coal or lignite or iron ore by the seller. Also, the provisions of this section shall not apply if the buyer of the goods is liable to deduct tax at source, that is TDS, under any other provisions of the income tax and has deducted TDS while making the payment. We may take the example of a construction contract involving supply of goods, labor. Currently, no TDS is leviable on the sale of goods if a separate invoice has been issued. However, if a single invoice is issued with no bifurcation into value of goods and services, a question then arises whether the provisions of TDS and TCS applicable on the single invoice. The second proviso to section 206 1H provides that the provisions of section 206C 1H shall not be applicable if the buyer has deducted tax at source under any other provisions of the Act. Therefore, if a buyer has deducted TDS on the entire value of invoice, then the provisions of section 206C 1H shall not be applicable. This TCS provision is applicable if the value or aggregate value of sales to a person is more than rupees 50 lakhs during a year. Then you have to collect TCS on the amount received in excess of rupees 50 lakhs and not on the first rupees 50 lakh. For example, if a seller sold goods for rupees 70 lakhs, then TCS shall be applicable only on rupees 20 lakh. TCS provisions are applicable at the time of receipt of the sale consideration. It means when you receive the payment from your buyer, then you are required to collect the TCS thereon, and not at the time of issuing the invoice if payment is received thereof subsequently. Now, question may be coming to your mind whether TCS is applicable on receipt of consideration after October 1st, 2020 on the goods already sold. Yes, section 206C 1H shall be applicable for any receipt and is applicable with effect from October 1st, 2020. Therefore, any consideration received after October 1st, 2020, even if pertaining to sale already made prior to October 2020, would attract TCS. A question may come to your mind that what will happen on receipt of advance money before 1st October 2020 for which sale shall be made after October 1st, 2020. The provision shall be applicable on any consideration received after October 1st, 2020. Therefore, the provisions of section 206C 1H may not be attracted for advance money received prior to October 1st, 2020. On the question of whether TCS is to be collected on the amount of GST, the answer is yes, because the FAQ issued by the Income Tax Department on TCS provides that the amount debited to the account of buyer or payment shall be received by seller inclusive of GST. Hence, TCS is to be collected on amount of GST also charged on sale price. Now question will be coming to your mind that at what rate you will collect TCS from your buyers. The TCS rate will be 0.1% if the buyer gives you his PAN or Aadhaar number. This rate of 0.1% is reduced to 0.075% up to 31st March 2021 due to COVID. However, TCS rate will be 1% if the buyer does not provide you his PAN or Aadhaar number, that is 10 times of the normal rate. This rate is reduced to 0.75% up to 31st March 2021 due to COVID. Now you will ask that to whom it will be applicable, whether to all the buyers or not. The answer is no. It is not applicable to all buyers if the buyer is central government, state government, an embassy, a high commission, consulate, the trade representation of the foreign states, local authority, person importing the good, then this TCS provision is not applicable and you need not to collect TCS from them. Also, this provision is only applicable to business entities and not to professionals. Said TCS will be reflected in Form 26AS of the buyer for the year in which TCS is collected from him on the filing of TCS return by the seller. Matching of TCS collected on purchases need to be made with TCS reflected in Form 26AS of the buyer. In case of difference, the buyer need to follow up with the seller for rectifying the same so that same is reflected in his Form 26AS and he may get the credit thereof from Income Tax Department. TCS so collected needs to be paid within 7 days of the next month to the government account. Means if you collect TCS during the month of October 2020, then you should deposit the same by 7th November 2020. Every person collecting TCS shall submit quarterly TCS return, that is in Form 27EQ in respect of the tax collected by him in a particular quarter. To sum up the above, if you are doing business and selling the goods and for example your turnover, sales or gross receipt in the preceding year, that is financial year 1920, has been more than rupees 10 crore, and if you sell to a person goods of value exceeding rupees 50 lakh in financial year 2021, then you are liable to collect TCS from that person on sale consideration received exceeding rupees 50 lakh in that year at the rate of 0.075% if he gives you his PAN or Aadhaar number, and if he does not give you his PAN or Aadhaar number, then you have to collect TCS at the rate of 0.75% in place of 0.075%. This is going to be a Herculean task for the buyer to keep the track of all the TCS collected by the seller from his purchases. Also, the giants like Reliance, Tata, various oil companies like Indian Oil, Bharat Petroleum, etc. shall be burdened with extra task of collecting and depositing this TCS and filing the periodic returns with the Income Tax Department, hence will result into extra compliance cost for both buyers as well as sellers. Further, this levy of TCS on seller will increase cost to buyers, cash flow issues, because the money shall be stuck up with Income Tax Department in the form of TCS, extra compliance burden on both buyers and sellers, which will require updating the software infrastructure to support the new law. Keep watching this channel for more interesting videos shortly. Stay safe and healthy. Bye bye.